Welcome back to another exciting episode of Orangeline. I'm Truman Edwards.
And I'm Kelsey Epperson. Up first, to start off the show, Jessica Mulvaney talked to the Student Development Office about the recent changes undergoing with living off campus. Here's more.
Living off campus next year may seem like freedom, but with the rules changing, off-campus students could lose up to 40% of their Baker-provided financial aid. Associate Dean of Students Teresa Clounch explains why this could happen.
The reduction is connected with Baker being a residential university, and so as a four-year residential university, we want the students to live on campus. And so if a student is not living on campus, then their Baker aid would be influenced because they're no longer living on campus. And so when you're living on campus, you would be able to have the benefit of your full aid package from Baker.
The loss of Baker aid is contingent upon each case submitted and is reviewed by the committee to determine if a student will be approved and how much aid they may lose. One way to obtain off-campus living is if a student is 23 years of age or older, but this is not the only exemption that is approved.
There are some other exemptions that students could apply for. One would be financial, and so a student would need to complete the FAFSA and to have that submitted so that our office, financial aid office here at Baker, could review that and make a determination on what their need is and what aid might be lost if they were approved to live off campus. Then there's also the living with the guardian or parent within 20 miles of Baker is another exemption that students could apply for. One is a medical disability. Students need to supply the proper documentation from their physician indicating why it's beneficial for them to live off campus and to not live in Baker University housing. Another exemption would be if you're married by the first day of classes. And the student would need to submit the actual marriage certificate, and then the student would be approved based upon that information provided. The last one would be other. The other category could include students who are who've recently been admitted to the School of Nursing at our Topeka campus, and therefore their last 2 years would be at the School of Nursing in Topeka. Also, we have an academic program that's connected with the University of Kansas that's for engineering, and so students complete coursework at KU, but their Baker degree is from our campus. And so students would be able to live in Lawrence while they're taking courses on that campus and completing a degree with us.
While many students strive on the campus experience, others find it more beneficial to live off campus.
Living on campus, the good points is that you're on campus, that you're surrounded by people you go to school with. I think bad points is, for me, I can't study in study rooms or in rooms with other people in them. I need like my own space. It's like only mine to study. Another bad point is I think that you feel more free if you live off campus because you're able to do what you want and you don't have an RA looking over your shoulder.
Off-campus living can provide students with more experiences as well as responsibility.
The experiences that you get from living off campus can be important with learning certain aspects such as loans and living in the house on your own and those responsibilities and things like that.
Freshman Erica Munker sees living off campus as a way to learn responsibilities and to advance her academic career.
I just think it'd be a really good experience for people to live off campus. For me, I'm living with people who are very school-oriented, and so I'm going to be getting my homework done, but I'm also going to be able to have the fun of living by myself and having a kitchen to cook in and not being told whether people have to leave or not.
Some students find it financially difficult to remain living on campus but are considering to change their plans altogether if they lose the Baker aid.
It'll affect me in many ways next year because I will decide once I find out if they take scholarships away from me and if I'm allowed to live off campus, if I'm going to go here or if I'm going to transfer somewhere else for money reasons.
Students find out March 13th if they are approved for off-campus living and will be given an opportunity to accept or decline the approval once they know how much aid they will be losing. KNBU-TV, Jessica Mulvaney.